This item could single-handedly destroy the entire server, and I need to do everything in my power to get it.
Hey, so we gotta talk. I know you're new and all, but there's this really big election coming up that could really change things on this server, and I would like you to help me with this.
Okay, well, why me?
Well, I would really like a running mate. I would really like someone to do this with me, and I can't trust most of the other guys.
Okay, well, what makes you think that you can trust me more than everyone else? Because, like, I literally just joined the server a couple days ago.
Well, out of the 11 other candidates running, all of them aren't really people that I can just trust, especially RecallingMan. If Recall gets the chestplate from this election, this really won't be good for anyone.
Wait, hang on. Who's RecallingMan and what is this election about?
Okay. So, Recall is one of the biggest tyrants on the server. I mean, I know you don't know him yet, but you'll learn soon enough. And the election is for president on the server, but also whoever wins gets this item called the Corrupted Cloak, and whoever has this chestplate will get huge buffs for whatever glitches they have. Wait,
what are glitches?
Did you read anything about this server before you joined?
No, not really.
Okay. So let me give you the rundown.
Okay.
On the Glitch SMP, there are 17 unique glitches that can give you special abilities, such as teleporting or duping items. And with the chestplate, those abilities can be enhanced to be even more powerful than they already are. So it's super important that this chestplate is kept away from people like RecallingMan. So if you're really willing to run with me, I think we would have a really good chance of winning.
Okay. So, I mean, like, I kind of need a way to get involved, so... Okay, I'll join you.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's do this. So yeah, just like that, I had a leg in the race and I had a goal. Get the chestplate and ensure peace throughout the server. In complete honesty, I wasn't crazy about the idea of running in an election, but I still wanted a way to get involved with everything. But later that night, while I was thinking everything over, I met the player VD had told me about, RecallingMan. Being totally undergeared with the knowledge of his reputation was concerning to say the least. But maybe he wouldn't be as bad as he was made out to be. Guys, wait, Recall's jumping me. As some other people took on Recall, I managed to escape. I put my blind faith in him that maybe he was different, but I was so wrong. The fight lasted another few minutes before Recall escaped and left the game, just to come back 5 minutes later asking to VC.
What the hell? I don't know what's going on, bro. What the hell?
We were just chilling and then you attacked us. That's what happened.
What happened?
Why'd you feel the need to attack?
You know what happened.
You know what happened, bro.
I'm not allowed to jump people without streaming. Like, thing where I can't jump people. Like, I can't be sweaty. It's
Bro,
not.
Listen, all I'm saying is you got off, came back in like reasonable time, as if like it's still you on the account. It all just does not make a lot of sense.
My hotbar's all messed up.
My hotbar's all messed. That's a good
Yo, I'm actually gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest.
believe-
I don't think it was Recall, because if it was Recall, he was getting shit on in the base.
So then who could it be?
Who else has
been,
your
bro?
login?
Who else has your account, bro?
When Recall came back, he claimed that he wasn't the one who jumped me, and instead, someone was on his account. After the obvious lies Recall told to our faces, it only made me realize how detrimental it could be for the server if someone like him got the cloak. So then at that moment, I knew I couldn't take a backseat in this race. I needed to go all out to make sure he didn't get it. But first, the community members would have to decide who would move on to the next stage of voting. And after a very long weekend, we finally got the results. Only 5 candidates would progress to the next round, meaning that the other 6 would be eliminated from the running. TJ came in 5th with 34 votes, Simply came in 4th with 49, Dimothy in 3rd with 60, PIP coming in 2nd with 120, and RecallingMan taking 1st place in the community polls with 140 votes. This was not a good way to start the next phase of the election, but at least we progressed to the next round. Following the community votes, Slushly decided to spin a wheel of each candidate that was eliminated and bring back one of them. And wow, OMG, Arch wins! At first this may seem bad considering that Arch had dropped multiple F tiers for content, and grief spawned while I was working on it live. But after reflecting, Arch was likely going to vote for Recall, and nobody had been talking about how they were voting for Arch, so realistically this only takes one more vote away from RecallingMan. So yay, everything is still okay. Later that night, one of my teammates, Newfly, had been talking about how he wanted to run in the election only to find out that entering has been closed. So I offered him a proposal.
What's up, all Aspen?
Hi, Newfly. So you're talking about how you want to run for the election, but you can't anymore because voting closed.
Listen, I was going to run, but Slushy kind of announced that it was too late for me to submit an election running thingy.
Okay, so the whole thing about that, if you were to run, you could take away some votes from RecallingMan, and that's kind of like a big thing right now. You know that.
If he like became president, I don't know what rules he'd make, but
I don't think it would be good. So if you were to run with me, we could implement your rules that you want to do, and we can have you protect all the weaker people, which would probably get us a lot of votes from the weaker people. So I think it could work out very well if you were to run with us. So what do you think?
So me running with you guys, I mean, we like are teammates.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
As long as like my rules can be enforced.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, absolutely. With Newfly on our campaign, this would hopefully only bring in more votes from the weaker members on the SMP. But as the week progressed, we started to run into some trouble.
Okay, so apparently Recalling has 12 IOUs on people and he's gonna use them to force people to vote for him.
According to Above Train, Recall had been going around forcing people to sign contracts to vote for him, and this was not good. He was likely threatening the weaker members, which were supposed to be our ideal voters. But that's when Slushly came up with a genius idea. The only way around this would be if we can somehow get rid of contracts, but we're literally running for presidency, so if we're voted in, we can just instate a rule that all contracts and IOUs are void. Silly, Recall. But if we were going to put this into motion, the other players needed to be aware of the solution. I didn't want to go and ask players for votes, but if our opponents were going to play dirty, then we needed to as well. Okay, so here's the deal. I know that Recalling has a contract on you forcing you to vote for him, but I think we both know that if he's instated, the server's gonna fall apart. So VD and I are initiating a rule that all IOUs and contracts, only if we're elected, will be void. So what do you think? Can we count on your vote?
You know what? Yeah, I will vote for you guys.
Yeah, sure, I'll vote for you.
I'll vote for you, Aspen.
So you want me to vote for you?
Yeah.
Well, what's in it for me?
I mean, what do you want?
Actually, how about your base courts? That'd be nice.
I don't know. I don't think I can sell out my team like that. Is there anything else you want? I can't do that to my team.
How about an IOU?
An IOU. Okay, what kind of IOU?
Like unbound, just one-time use. But like I can use it like one time for anything.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, I'll do it.
Wait, really? Yeah, okay. Alright.
Yeah, I kind of need the votes. We kind of need to do this. I can't have Recall win. So, yeah, I'll sign an IOU.
Alright. You have my vote.
After talking to numerous players, we had 7 guaranteed voters and 3 maybes. I didn't bother asking Recall's teammates because I figured we wouldn't get their vote anyway. So I reported back to my team what I did, and Above Train, Slushly, and VD all offered to go and talk to the people I didn't, which I don't think they ended up doing, but you know what? It's the thought that counts. With the help of my teammates, the PIP campaign had a much greater chance of succeeding, but we needed absolute certainty just to be safe. I had an idea, but I would need help from my teammate. Simply!
Hi.
How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm doing okay. So you know the election is coming up, right?
Yeah, I know the election.
So we've kind of been on the same page a little bit. We both know that Recalling cannot win, and we need to take as many votes away from him as we can. So
Okay.
I have an idea, but I don't know if you're going to be in for it. I want to merge our votes, and all votes that go to you will become part of the PIP campaign, and you can work with us with that. So we take away votes from Recalling through doing this, and we could do a little like thing at the end where people will vote for you, and then we can just announce at the end we're merging votes.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I think, honestly, I didn't really expect to get all that far. So, if there's anyone who votes for me, number one, they're stupid as hell. But if they do, I'd be down to merge votes with the PIP.
Okay, so you'll work with us?
I'll work with you.
Okay. This was huge. By combining votes with Simply, we would hopefully only gain more voters and ensure the fate of the election. He's a real one. I love this guy. A couple more days had passed and we were feeling pretty good about where we were at. And that's when I got a call from Arch regarding the election.
Hello, Aspen. I brought you here for, a couple of reasons. As you know, tomorrow is the election. We need to just, we need to talk about some things. Because obviously you are running. You're one of the main rivals who are going to be up there, against me.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm just trying to, set the record straight a little bit. And I heard you on your Twitter video, I think it was, or I heard somewhere that one of your policies is no IOUs or contracts anymore.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
And which is convenient because I'm actually running for president because of the same things. I'm actually in a IOU with RecallingMan, and it was long as my first day, and he kind of victimized me a little bit. And if I break it, I owe him 5 IOUs. So I'm all or nothing for this whole no IOU or contracts thing. We're doing the same thing, we both know RecallingMan can't win, let's be real. That's one thing, no matter what, I don't care, RecallingMan cannot get it.
Yeah.
And if we have the same policies, I was hoping that, we kind of, we more or less kind of, we keep in touch, we're friendly. So I'm just offering we chill out, all right? We kind of work together a little bit.
So you want to work together, but what does that mean for us?
So basically, because I have another little motive here. Worst case scenario, I'm just offering, if I was to somehow lose, if let's say you VD and RecallingMan make the top 2, you're struggling a little bit and RecallingMan's winning by just those couple of votes. Well, I'm willing to merge my votes with you for the sake of the, greater good. And I'm hoping, when I win, you do the same.
Okay. All right, yeah. I mean, ultimately, I just kind of need to stop Recall from really becoming president, so if that means I have to merge votes, yeah, okay. So Arch was being threatened with multiple IOUs, and because he knew that VD and I would void all contracts, he wanted to support us and vice versa. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't completely for the vice versa, but considering that nobody that I knew was voting for him, I agreed anyway. And that was the final deal before the election began. But guess who was still in the middle of butt freak nowhere, Colorado? This guy! So again, VD was representing for the two of us as I listened in while giving talking points.
Here's how this is going to work. I'm going to ask these candidates a series of questions, and they're going to answer them. There will be time for them to answer the questions honestly from their own perspective, and there will also be time for them to say why they deserve this more than the other people standing on the stage.
The election started out simple, as each candidate was asked a series of basic questions.
Simply, what do you think you, as the president of this server, can bring?
I want to fill spawn with silly images.
I'm gonna open booths, I'm gonna add lecterns, I'm gonna add everything anyone wants. If it's a good suggestion, it's getting added.
We're gonna establish a utopia of sorts. We're gonna have an area outside of spawn where you're free to build, you're free to explore, you're free to play without worry of being killed.
But it didn't stay simple for long.
RecallingMan put an IOU on me day 1.
Simply VR. He's too good of a guy. He's way too nice of a person. Okay, you can't trust him.
RecallingMan is so cowardly. He put 13 IOUs on people for votes.
This guy is literally known as a liar.
What VD just said, she just did the same thing, so I have no idea why she's calling V out. Okay,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's not an announcement.
Unironically.
Everyone began accusing each other of different things, which would only make everything more chaotic.
But if you guys do vote me as president, all IOUs are gonna be wiped. It's gonna be a fresh slate. They're not gonna exist.
Not only was the election already starting to become out of hand, but Arch then decides to come in and announce that he's planning to ban all IOUs, the very thing separating our campaign from everyone else's. I had told Arch this information in confidence that he wouldn't go out and tell other people, and yet he used it to take our campaign down a peg. At this point, we could see the presidency beginning to slip further and further away from us, all because of Arch, a competitor that had been completely out of my sight the entire time.
If there are no more major announcements need to be made by any of these candidates. I have a major announcement.
I have a major announcement. Guys, as you know, we have, what, 6 candidates here? But, if Simply, Dimothy, and T could step forward really quickly. We thought we'd tell you now that, my good friend T, Dimothy, and Simply VR here have all decided to come and back me as president, meaning if you were gonna vote for them, we're all now one big party, and that does mean all their good promises and all of their good deeds that were going to be done will still be done and carried through me. So, in actuality, you will not be voting out 2-3 people today, you will be voting out 1. And I ask you, alright, if you are in an IOU with RecallingMan, if you are in an IOU with VD, I ask you please to break those promises to build a better future for this server.
Hold
on, I haven't.
I do. Wait.
Excuse me.
Wait.
I have to ask. Oh.
I would just like to say, Arch Damage, I've seen the flaw in your presidency, so I will no longer be merging my votes with you. Instead, I'm standing with the PIP, VD. I'm merging my votes with VD. No hard feelings, Arch Damage. You're still the GOAT.
And I'd like to make an announcement. Me and Dimify are now merging votes.
Wait, what?
I know Arch Damage's full plan on what he wants to do. He says he wants to do all this with the chest, but he'll keep it safe. You'll have to take a gamble. What he's gonna do is he's gonna lock it in a vault. How boring is that? So that's why I'm team with Dimified.
Alright, let's finish this up. Alright, so we have PIP, Partners in Progress, Team Honesty, and Team Demify and Friend. Listen, all of this over the last 3-4 weeks has all culminated into this because of one item. The Corrupted Cloak. An item that truly does things that this server has never seen. It changes the capabilities and it pushes the limits and the boundaries of what glitches can do. This is a very powerful item. And with the votes of this audience, these members, the foundation that builds this server, you guys will be able to choose who wields it. But who do you want that to be? It's time for the vote. If you guys will please follow me down here.
My heart was racing as I waited for all the votes to be cast. All of the work I had done was leading up to this very moment, and if we didn't win, all of my efforts would be for nothing. But at that moment, I realized something. This entire election from the start was never about winning for me. I joined this race because I needed a way to get involved and make friends, and through this process, I achieved that. I met VD, who turned out to be a really great friend and a partner through all of this. Simply, who at the drop of a dime gave all of his votes over to us for the greater good of everyone. And Newfly, who offered his support to us through the power he carried. So whether or not we won, it didn't matter to me anymore. Because through all of this, I was able to meet some really amazing people. My only reason for fighting so hard to win in the first place was to protect everyone from corrupt hands. All I could hope for now is that everyone else would see it the same way.
Okay, the votes have been tallied. In third place, with one vote, literally one, is Demify and Friends.
Oh my god. No way.
Second place got 5 votes, and first place got 13. The new president and the winner of the Corrupted Cloak, totaling 13 votes, is Arch Damage.
Holy shit!
GG's. Team PIP
everyone,
got
GG's.
5 votes.
Okay, so it's safe to say I did not see that coming. But even if VD and I didn't win, the result of the election wasn't the worst outcome. Arch would probably do a decent job as president, and in the end, we were successfully able to keep the chestplate out of Recall's hands. So everything worked out, right?
Yeah, no, Main is just fucking Trident and Elytra in combat.
Bro, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead.
Oh, man, it's on my ass.
Like.
Oh my god.
Man, what the?
Yeah, dude, I don't know. She just started like hitting me up saying she couldn't be